It is about time to do a build tour of the very best daily driving built G Wagon. If you have a G Wagon, if you're looking at one that's 2018 or older, what I'm about to tour you through is the best dang G you could have. And right after I eliminate my snow unibrow. Hey, my name's Adam, and on this channel I document my love and passion for all things G Wagon. I say for the love of G. So what we have here is a very snowy, but quite clean inside, 2018 limited edition G550. I've been promising that I was going to do a build tour of this, and you know what? Time has slipped away, but here we are. So the reason that I've gone with a with a G550 and not a G63 is for two reasons. One, reliability. I know that some people with the G63 may say otherwise, but from what I've heard, the G550 is a little easier to maintain. In my opinion, has plenty of power, especially in this platform. And quite frankly, you see less G550s than you do G63s, at least I do. So let's tour you inside and out. Actually, let's start on the outside. What we have here, if you can't tell, this sits a little higher. It's got different wheels and tires as well. This has a 2-inch lift with a combination of Jack Wagon springs. Jack over at Jack Wagon Overlanding is not only a great dude, but in my opinion, he makes the best springs because they are a progressive spring rate, which means they're going to sit a little higher up and handle a heavy load and have a lot less body roll on road. But when you're off road, is going to have some compliance. Absolutely love them. In my opinion, this vehicle drives better than stock now. The G Wagon does not have a lot of travel from the factory. So you hit the bump stops and on really rough roads. So it's a little jarring. The shocks and springs as they age just aren't great. You put a set of Jack Wagon Overlanding springs on there, you are in for a treat because the ride quality is just amazing. It's amazing. I just had someone in our other rig, which I've done a build tour on. It's 2015 with a 4-inch lift. It also has Jack Wagon springs, but we were out in Moab, Utah with our friends and their Jeep broke. They jumped in with us and they said, I cannot believe how smooth this thing rides off-road. Again, even being a solid axle. So Jack Wagon springs up front, 2-inch lift, along with Coney Raid shocks. Now these Coney Raids, I also got from Jack Wagon. They are freaking awesome. Really, really great ride quality. Now, when you do a lift on a G Wagon, you are most certainly going to want to upgrade the steering stabilizer. Now there's a few options, and I'm going to see how well we can see this. But you got a Fox steering stabilizer right down there. And the mount that I'm using on this is actually done by Joe at Alliance Auto Care in Loveland, Colorado. He's a G Wagon specialist. He built both my Gs. I actually just dropped their 2015 off with him again. Anyway, the Fox steering stabilizer is going to help handle the extra weight of the tires when you lift it. And again, the steering feels better than stock. And the really cool thing about the Fox steering stabilizers is you're able to, with a screwdriver, dial in whether you want a little more weight in the wheel or a little lighter weight. So you can really dial your preference on how you want your G to handle. Now, for me on this G, I absolutely love the heavier steering weight. It just makes it more engaging and that raw analog feel that we just don't have in modern day vehicles. Anyway, that mounts behind the axle, as you just saw. There are a few other steering stabilizers available as well. Now, that's pretty much all you need to do with a 2-inch lift. Again, is springs, shocks, steering stabilizer, and the mount for the steering stabilizer. There's a few different options that'll mount in front of the axle or behind. I prefer behind the axle because I do off-road my vehicle, so it's just less to hit. And you can use caster correction bushings as well. But I want to mention a couple things. We didn't get to wheels and tires quite yet, so I'm going to tour you through that. So these, which are a little harder to see here, so we'll walk around the back of the vehicle so you can take a look at these Alpha-equipped wheels. I can't remember the model name, and I should. Grenade, maybe? Anyway, if you find it, drop a comment below. You can see a little better here. What's really neat with Alpha-equipped wheels is they provide 2 valve stems, one here to protect the TPMS sensor so it can't get hit off-road, and then your normal fill valve. But if you do off-roading, and let's say you're using, you're filling your tire and checking pressure at the same time, you can do that with both. I know that there's gadgets that allow you to do it all in one, but it is a nice little feature. These wheels have been great. I absolutely love them, and they're wrapped here in a 33 by 1250, and this is an 18-inch wheel. And these are Mickey Thompson Baja Boss ATs. I have run almost all the ATs you can think of, from Toyos to Coopers, BF Goodrich. I've run the Falcon Wild Peak AT4Ws, which by the way I did not like at all. And these Mickey Thompsons are just great. They do very well in the snow. You can see, even with the bigger lugs, they're catching the snow, and snow sticks to snow. So these are an awesome, awesome tire in the snow. I absolutely love it. In fact, I think they're the best all-terrains that you can get for pretty much any vehicle, especially a G Wagon. They look great. They've got really aggressive sidewalls. So again, they look awesome. Now, these wheels are a plus 25 offset, and I want to make just a quick comment here, because when you lift a G, if you can look down the sight line of the body of the vehicle, you'll see that the wheels stick out just enough. And when you lift a vehicle, you want to make it wider to maintain the factory stability, basically. So if you go up, you got to go out, otherwise it gets tippy. So this is a plus 25 offset, and on my 4-inch lifted vehicle, I have a plus 20 offset. Now you'll notice that with the plus 20, these stick out just perfectly, whereas factory, they're quite tucked under the fenders. But you do have to make note, and again, this was sitting while I went on a little trail run here in the mountains. I don't know if you can see this now that we've brushed it off, but all this is road grind that has turned to ice because it's kicked up from the edge of that tire, since it sticks out, again, just a little bit outside the wheel well. Might be a little easier to see on this angle. So as the front fender's here, you can see that you're getting some of this tire that's outside of the wheel well, which will kick it straight back, hang with me here, into the body. So you just got to be mindful of that. All right, so that's pretty much it. Ride quality is amazing when it's lifted. Now let's take a look inside. This vehicle is one of, I believe, 463, I believe, which was a send-off. So this is a 2018 limited edition, which is the last, I got to move my jacket here, the last year before they went to the 2019, when they widened the body, they elongated it, they went to an independent front suspension versus solid axle, and they completely overhauled the interior to get rid of what was this like super minimalist raw military as per the original, since it really virtually remained unchanged since the 1970s, 1976 technically, when it was originally brought out in the civilian market. Now, this vehicle is absolutely awesome. Again, as you can see right on here, it says limited edition, one of 463. My understanding, unless I was missold, is there's only 100 of these in the United States. So what they did this two-tone stitching on the dash, a beautiful Alcantara headliner up top. They put in the flat bottom steering wheel, which looks just cool, doesn't it? Again, your Designo seats with the white stitching as well. Full black interior. We got our grocery bags here from a little grocery run, but the thing is just absolutely awesome. And in 2018, excuse me, I believe it was 2016 or 2017, correct me in the comments below, was the only time that they came with Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Otherwise, you can upgrade, and if you see the build tour of my 2015, which is on this channel, you will see that I upgraded that head unit to a larger unit that is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capable, and it is touchscreen. And it was a pain in the butt. It's really buggy, but when it works, it's awesome. Now, the last thing about this vehicle that is just absolutely splendid is the paint. This beautiful, I don't remember the paint code color, but it is this gorgeous matte finish. The only downside is you cannot wax this paint and you cannot buff it. So if you take it off-roading and it gets scratched, it's going to get scratched, and then you just got to live with it. And here, I don't know if you can tell, but coming down this road, especially in the winter, heavy snows, those trees start to hang down pretty low. And I have gotten just a little bit of pinstripes with it. So what does this mean to you? This means if you are looking for the ultimate in a daily driver G-Wagon, maybe you want to do some overlanding with, maybe you want to do some camping with, or get off road, and you say, hey, you know what, I just want to make it a little bit more capable, your must-dos are wheels, tires, lift. And if you don't want to do wheels, just get wheel spacers. H&R makes them. I think Let's see who else makes them. There's a few people. I know if you go over to jackwagenoverlanding.com, Jack sells wheel spacers 30 mil and 50 mil. If my memory is right, and on a 2-inch, you only need 30 mil. If you go to a 4-inch, you need 40 mil. But you can fit 33 1250s, no running, and you'll have a rugged, very highly capable, and a head turner of a G Wagon. If you have any questions for me about this G Wagon or my other one, drop it below. And stay tuned to the channel. If you love G Wagons and you share for the love of G with me, then you want to subscribe, because I got a lot of content coming on the G Wagon, including, coming soon, a buyer's guide and the aftermarket guide to help you find one, inspect one, and get all the aftermarket goodies to make it your own. Thanks for joining me. My name's Adam, and if you want to jump into the 2015 build tour, click on this very next video, and I'll be seeing you soon.